So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Zygy Susser.
Yay.
Hi, Zygy.
Hi, Scott. Hi, everybody. Thanks. Charlie's here, and you're right. He hates our daughter. She flies and bites her. I asked the vet about it, and the vet said it's hormonal, but it's too expensive to get both of them fixed, you know? So, anyway, when we're home, we let him fly around the apartment. And one day my wife was getting up off the couch and she accidentally stepped on him, flattened him out like a pancake. He couldn't fly. It was okay, but he couldn't fly. She had no idea he was trying to make his 10,000 steps that day. So we brought him to the animal hospital, and they said we'd have to leave him overnight. They want to make sure he doesn't have any brain damage or any broken bones. I said, how do you check a bird for brain damage? What do? Ask him who the president is? You know, ask him to count backwards from 10. I mean, it's ridiculous. So anyway, so he signed a medical release and made me his healthcare proxy. And I wanted to do right by him, so I got him a private room, a gilded cage, a phone, and a TV. He watches Jeopardy. Oh. He always gets the answer right, but has trouble putting it in the form of a question. So this was expensive, so I had to leave my wife as a deposit. So the next day I get a call, and they said he's doing better. You can come pick him up. So I go to the receptionist, and I said, I'm here for my bird. She said, do you have a woodpecker? I said, no, I do okay with what I have. Thanks for asking. So she brings me to the vet, and the vet said he doesn't have any brain damage. He answered all our questions. We asked him, who brought you here? He said, Bigfoot, meaning my wife. We asked him, what's the theory of the beginning of the universe? He said, Big Bang. We asked him, who's your favorite Sesame Street character? He said, Big Elmo. I know you're supposed to say Big Bird, but I can live with little brain damage. And we knew he didn't have any broken bones, because when we brought in the CAT scan, he flew. He got scared. So they gave me the bird, and then they gave me Charlie.
Telling you, Ed Smyth, coming to us from New York. Ed, go ahead, buddy. You're on the air.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Scott. Hello, everyone. Nice to see all the familiar faces again.
Yeah. It's nice
Ted,
to meet you,
Impressionist. Ed. Yes. Yeah. Yes, Ted the Impressionist. I love to come to Zoom shows like this and do impressions.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, I bet you all like cats, huh? Okay. Here's a cat as a backhoe. And he comes with his own kitty cat warning system. Meow, 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 meow. Okay. Next. Here's
great stuff.
Great. Here's a cat, several cats racing at the Indianapolis 500. Meow, 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 meow. Okay. Here's a crazy chainsaw. Here's a crazy cat. Okay. Here's a dog with very low self-esteem. Woof. Okay. Here's a dog as quality control inspector at the sandpaper factory. Shh, shh, shh. Rough, rough. Okay.
Welcome, my buddy, Tom Padovano. Tom, thank you for being here, man.
Well, thank you, Scott. Thank you. Yeah, and my name is Tom Padovano. I'm half robot, half Italian. I'm AI and Ayo. And I'm cheap. I'll admit that. Like on her birthday, I took my girlfriend out to dinner at Wendy's. So she got so upset. She screamed, "You'll pay for this." I go, "Nope. I got coupons."
I thought so.
And yeah, I'm not dating her anymore because I said to her, "Listen, while we were dating, were you dating other men?" She goes, "You're the fifth guy to ask me that today." But it's not easy out there. I was talking to this woman. She said she wants to date 10 men at the same time. I said, "Listen, I'm not into that. I'm monotonous." But I'll tell you, I am lonely. My favorite card game, Texas Hold Myself. Now, my best friend, he's single and Jewish. He's on J-date. I'm single and Italian. I'm on A-date. Hey! And I have some interesting relatives like my Uncle Chooch. Yeah, Uncle Chooch. Now, he came from the old country. And when he came to America and saw the Statue of Liberty, he cried because it was the first woman he ever saw with shaved underarms. You don't get that back in the old country. Now, he comes from a poor family. So do I. But every night, my mother had food on the table. I wish we had plates. Now, I remember when I was 7, I said, "Mommy, was I adopted?" I'm working on it.
Next up, coming from New Jersey, this young lady told me a story when I interviewed her about trying to get some marijuana. Without further ado, Donna Lloyd, my friend, I related to that story so much.
Yeah. What's up?
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me and all of us. I'm missing all of my friends. Everyone here has been someone I've worked with in some capacity, and we want to thank our late friend Jody Oliver for introducing all of us, and thank you, Scott, for carrying a torch. And thank God for this.
Well, listen, if we all have a good time, I might do it again. What I need is I'm going to need Jeff Greenberg to pay for my monthly Zoom.
Jeff Greenberg is on duty. He's on duty.
There you go.
So I come here, with a set in mind, but it kind of goes out the window when I hear everybody else talk. But I just want to thank God for this Zoom show, because otherwise I might just be sitting at home on my computer.
Yeah.
All right, smart ass.
All right, is Zygy still here? I don't know.
He's up there. He's up there.
What's the name of that bird? Is it called an egret? Egret? Is that the name of it? Am I saying it right? It's like a bird from the wild.
What did you ask? Did you ask me
what kind
something?
of bird is it, Zygy?
It's called it's called a green-cheeked conure. Green-cheeked.
No, not your bird. The wild bird in the wild called an egret. Isn't there something called an egret?
Yeah, something like that. Sure. We'll go along. Just go ahead. Go for it.
Well, egrets. I ate a few, and some of them taste just like chicken. And emu, I had some too, and some of them taste just like chicken. All right, I'm moving on. Tom Padovano.
Look out.
I'm Italian too, my friend. I got to keep up with the Jersey Shore regulations, right?
Yes.
All Italian, half Italian, or a company buying Italian. Guys, listen, I'm from Jersey, right? And I was thinking about that particular saying, "I'm from Jersey." Like, that doesn't work with any of the other states that start with new, right? Like, people say, "Hey, I'm from York," right? Or "I'm from Hampshire." You just don't hear it. It's like, "Hey, well, you're from York? Jolly good. I'm from Hampshire." And, at the same time right now, you might not want to say, "Hey, I'm from Mexico." If you're not, it might be, I don't know. It might be something.
Now, the guy that I said would cause the most trouble, the professor, all the way from New York, Bruce Lipsky is here.
I tell you, my son
came up to me the other day. He said, Dad, now that you just turned 70, you know that 70 is a new 50? And I agreed to it. I heard that all the time. He says, you'd be surprised. Everybody's adopting these philosophies. My college has the same philosophy. He said, I got a 45 recently on my Spanish final. But don't worry, because 45 is the new 80. I said, I've adopted a new philosophy in my house as well. Did you know that the payphone is the new iPhone? That the Subway is your new Subaru? And my homemade tacos is the new Chipotle? And he looked at me and said, Dad, it's not Chipotle, it's Chipotle. I said, wait a second, you got a 45 or 80 on your Spanish final, you're correcting me? I don't know if it's Chipotle or Chipotle, but I really love their pulled pork fajitas. He said, whoa, Dad, they're pronounced fajitas. This is the genius I'm growing up over here. Getting older, it's tougher, and I have some elderly relatives. In fact, I was talking to my 93-year-old relative, my Uncle Tom. I think he knows Uncle Chooch, Tom, as well. Grew up in the same neighborhood. So, Uncle Tom, I'm telling him, I'm having a lot of problems with my Bluetooth. He said, Bruce, have you tried Crest White Strips?
Yeah.
He said, you should go to the dentist, have a look at the brown ones too. So I actually went to the dentist the other day. I was there for 3 hours. This guy worked on my mouth so much. At the point, they called me Sir Etna of the good dental coverage. Lord Flossalant. They said, let us be your indentured servant. I have so much porcelain in my mouth, more than my wife's Hummel collection. I have so many bridges that my dentist lets me pay with Easy Pass. I guess I shouldn't complain. At my age, it's good to have more teeth than toes. And the only thing I take out at night is the trash. I'm a lucky guy. What can I tell you? But it is getting tough, getting older. The other day I looked in the mirror. I looked like a rusted old 56 Buick. This body was totally shot and out of alignment. My rear end was making funny sounds. My hose is starting to leak. My ball joints have all dried up. I said, I better get Mako. Mako says, no, you better get Medicare.
Coming up next, Jeff Greenberg. Jeff, thank you so much.
I'll do a little Henny. I'm a big Henny Youngman fan. Any Henny Youngman fans?
Yes.
I'm a big Henny Young. Here's one of my favorite Henny Youngman jokes. One of my favorite. An old man goes to the doctor. He says, Doctor, I can't pee. I have trouble peeing. Mr. Schwartz, how old are you? I'm 98. You peed enough. I just came back from a pleasure trip. I took my mother-in-law to the airport. How about this? This is another one of my favorites from Henny Youngman. All right. I'm in New York the other day, and a bum comes up to me, and he says he hasn't eaten in 3 days. I told him, force yourself. Another bum came up to me and said he hasn't tasted food in 2 days. I said, don't worry, it still tastes the same. I'm a big Henny Young. Okay, here's my last Henny Youngman. This is actually my all-time favorite Henny Young. Let's go. All right, real quick, and then I'll end with that. I'm talking to a man the other day. He said he was married 3 times. I said, "Ooh, 3 times? Oh, well, what happened to your first wife?" "Oh, my first wife, she died from eating poison mushrooms." "Oh my God, that's terrible." "Oh, well, what happened to your second wife?" "Oh, my second wife, unfortunately, she also passed away from eating poison mushrooms." "Oh my God, that is horrible, horrible." Well, what happened to your third wife?" "Oh, my third wife, she got hit in the back of the head with a hammer." "Hit in the back of the head with a hammer? How did that happen?" "She wouldn't eat the poison mushrooms." That's I think that's enough for me. I want to.
Listen, Jeff, that was wonderful. I love it. I love it. You're fantastic. My buddy, Linda Marcus Smith, join us. Linda, how are you, buddy?
Hi there. Thank you so much, Scott. Thanks for moving me around as I had a plan pop up. So my name is Linda Marcus Smith. For those of you that don't know, it's not Smyth, it's Smith every day.
Oh my.
I go by 3 names because, well, I'm still mad about John Wilkes Booth. 160 years, boomers can hold grudges. Am I right, guys? Yeah. Yep. I've been holding this grudge. See, he makes me mad because he got famous with 1 headshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It blows my mind apart, too. I'm over here at West Side Comedy Club, which is in the Upper West Side of New York City. And, I tell people in New York that I'm from the Upper West Side, Jeff. I do every time I can. And they don't believe it, And I'm like, no, I am. I'm from the Upper West Side of the map. Get with the program. I'm from Oregon, a little town no one ever hears of in the news, Portland. Yeah. We always hear about it when it's bad news. The mayor said that I was the best export. Do you have any idea what I had to do to Tanya Harding, Bigfoot, and Sasquatch? It's not easy. It's not easy. I left because Portland also rivals. They brag and rival with Austin, Texas, for who can be the weirdest. They love saying that they keep it weirder than Austin, Texas. Right, Donna? I see That's you nodding your head. Yeah.
That's right.
Who in the hell brags about keeping the whole town weird? I'll tell you who. Me. I kept the town weird. When I lived there, I was the best shopper. No, wait. I was a personal shoplifter. I shoplifted and I took it very personal, Bruce. Very personal.